And this impacts not only the student but the professor, right? Because if one person's escalating, it would make sense that the professor in that scenario would escalate as well. And one of the things we're talking about is using cycle breathing to not escalate with the student.
Yeah, I think that's a good point when you talk about, especially in a crisis or like when a student's pushing a desk or the tensions are high. That's where you need to not make it worse.
Right.
That last point about don't be right and get punched in the head. That's really never a good solution. And that can be tough because especially in the classroom, you are the person who's usually right and you're the person who tends to be in charge. But when there's a crisis or something going on, you've got to attend to that in the moment and resolve that. And then you can come back to the kind of conversation that we role modeled a little bit later.
There's several YouTube clips up right now that if you type in classroom disruption where you can see student and professor interactions where there's the professor's doing, on textbook the right things. They're holding the student accountable and eventually the police become involved because someone calls them. But we see this escalation really getting out of control.